Yo, 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 yo. I said, what's up, what's cracking? You rocking with your boy, the sinister minister, the thinking deacon, the rabbi, a Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites, the preacher's grandson. Y'all know who it is. It's Fatcat. And I'm rocking here with my dog, Roof. It's T. Satellite, Bills. What's cracking?
Hey, what's going on with you?
Nothing much, nothing much, nothing much. Y'all gotta excuse us. You know, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a podcast to step to, but we still in effect. It's a lot of things happening in our lives, and you know, of course, that takes precedence over a lot of things. But we are back for another episode, and we hope that you enjoy. And once again, if you want to call in on anything that is being discussed on this show, that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that 1 if you want to be heard. Y'all know what's up. We get down. We have the some of the best topics, and this is the hottest show in the... That's the Fat Cat Show Network VIP Lounge. You up in the lounge, and if you here right now, that means that your access pass has been granted. Boom! So we about to get this thing going on, but it's been a lot that's been happening lately. First of all, I want to say a happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers, including you, my man. Happy Father's Day. How did you spend your Father's Day?
Oh man, I went out to get ice cream with my daughter.
Okay.
I was gonna go to see Bad Boys, but
oh yeah,
I had seen them in the Fire Stick already.
Oh yeah.
You bought the tickets. I seen it already. I seen it.
Okay. So it was that much. You know, this past weekend, me and my wife celebrated 15 years of marriage. You know, we had an anniversary party. I want to thank everybody. Number one, first off, I want to thank the Lord for, you know, bringing me and my wife together. You know, because it is very important. I know that God sanctions marriages, and God truly gives you, you know, blesses you with great women. And I am fortunate to have great women in my life, and you know, and my wife is one of them, and she is the greatest wife I say that a man can have, because she is so supportive of her husband. She's so caring of her husband. She the one that really hustled and threw this thing together, and it wouldn't have been done without her. Then I want to thank my mom, man. My mom, she did her thing, you know, making the decorations and stuff like that, being some moral support. Then you know, my other mom, you know, for man, just her tireless work in what she doing, and you know, the caterers and stuff, and everybody that came out that celebrated with me, man.
It was a nice party, man.
It was real nice, and I'm just blessed to, like I said, to just be able to be in celebration with my wife. Of course, you know, a lot of things is coming on. Of course, now, you know, me being a newly elected pastor, and my installation is coming up, and those who are listening, you know, who are in the Detroit area, you know, the installation is July the 21st at the church at Salome Missionary Baptist Church, and I invite you to come out and celebrate that moment, historical moment. I never thought really that I would be walking in the shoes of my grandfather, the late Pastor R.B. Friend, and really God has truly bless me. And y'all just continue to pray for me as I step into this new endeavor. Um, we want to wish happy birthdays. Today is my oldest son's birthday. So I want to wish him a happy birthday.
How old is he?
He is 26 years old. That's my junior. So I want to wish my son a happy birthday. And to all of those who are celebrating birthdays today. And we want to give condolences out to those who have lost people, you know. Just like there's life, there's...
Yeah.
And we at the Fatcat Show send out our heartfelt condolences to those who are in grieving at this time.
You know who just had a birthday, right?
Who?
Think about it.
Uh, Tupac.
Tupac.
I know. You made me think. I had to think. Juice,
We did.
1971. Look at you, man. Man, stop it, man. But you made me forget the other thing that I was supposed to put out here. But anyway, man, something crazy. But I want to get into our first topic today, and I got this because a pastor recently. It was a lot of things going on with pastors nowadays, and this pastor, Pastor Robert Morris, he's the
one that got 9 years, ain't he?
No, you think about the Blinking Bishop.
Blinking Bishop.
Pastor Robert Morris, he's a Texas mega church pastor.
Yeah, I know that story.
He was a former advisor of President Trump. He had confessed to moral immorality. So, said 4 decades ago, after a woman accused him of repeatedly SA. I'm gonna say SA. I forgot that we got to be careful with that. SA her as a child. Said the woman, Cindy Clemshire, told NBC News that Morris, now a senior pastor of Gateway Church in South Lake, Texas, was staying with her family on Christmas night in 1982. Said she was 12, he was 21. The woman now, who is 54, said he invited her to his room where he instructed her to lie on her back. He then touched her in her breast area and under her panties. Said Clemshire said the first of several similar encounters that would span the next 4.5 years, she said. He said he was in his 20s. He said and this is what he said, which is really crazy to me, because he said it was kissing and petting and not intercourse, but it was wrong. But he said it was wrong in his statement, and he said he didn't name. He said he confessed to the elders at the time and sought forgiveness, and he said since that time, he said, I have walked in purity and accountability in this area. Morris said, according to the statement, he said the sin was dealt with correctly by confession and repentance. Said Morris has not been charged with the crime. He and Gateway Church officials did not respond to phone calls and emails. And they said since the resolution of this 35-year-old matter, there has been no other moral failures, the message said. The question that I would have for you, we could talk. The Bible always talks about forgiveness and restoration, but for you and those that may be listening, for you, especially in cases of SA, and y'all know what that is, because I don't want to get blocked from banned for YouTube and all of that. The cases of SA or any moral kind of failure that a pastor Can, can a pastor be trusted or restored, in your opinion, back to his rightful state, and be trusted in that position again to you as a pastor, especially if he did everything according to the Bible? They said, if he sinned, he go to the witness, he tell his sin, and he went to the elders, and if the elders didn't accept it, they were supposed to go to some more witnesses, and this is according to the Bible. And if they didn't accept it, then he go to the church. But he brought the matter to the elders himself. So can he just pick up and go like nothing has ever happened? Especially dealing with that matter of a long ago, even though it was long ago. She was 12 and he was 20. Could that pastor be trusted again?
Would you trust him with your own child?
Emphatically no. I just think now there's a difference. There's a difference in, let's say, if the pastor was cheating on his wife or something like that, or not saying that it's, it ain't a shameful sin, because there's no sin that's not shameful. Because sin is defiance against God. But when you get to the matter of real sensitive areas like kids, messing with kids, and that's that's something truly you can't even backpedal from.
Because you can mess with a child and change their whole destiny.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it affects their personality and everything.
Yeah.
So I have no problem. I'm talking about I hate child molesters. I hate them.
He said, so is there any sin that a pastor could do where you could, and he repent, that you could totally go back and trust him again for? Because we all sin. Wait a minute. My mother said, sorry, I couldn't trust him again. But if he was delivering the word, if it aligned with my belief, I would listen.
But how can he deliver you the word and he acting with the devil? He's working with the devil. So it's not, you can say to me, make me listen to you.
Yeah.
That's like somebody saying, "Oh, the devil is giving some good word today," right?
But to a degree, we all got something in us that
I don't know. I get that in me. Mess with no kids.
No, I'm talking about something that's immoral that God will frown upon.
I know, but I'm talking about that's something you can't come back on. You mess around with a child.
But look at this, and I was just said even the devil know the word, said and what up, Wallace? It was great seeing you at the thing. But this is what Matthew's the book of Matthew's 18:6 says about harming a child. It said, "But whosoever shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a milestone were hanged from his neck, and that he was drowned in the depths of the sea."
See?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when you mess around with kids, you can change their sexuality and everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you can turn them into a, can I say that word without getting blocked?
S.A.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. You know what? I'm wondering what other people are thinking about that right now. If you got any comments on that, that number is 646-564-9728. Press that one if you want to be heard. My thing is always this. I have no, let's say, tolerance really for no one that especially that messes with a child, or because what we do, it is so serious. um we represent God, and we supposed to always let our light shine, and it's already hard enough for pastors to get out here and deliver the word of God, and you got pastors that really are out here and they fleecing the flock. They're sexually immoral. They doing other things. So if you really know that you can't, sustain and withhold yourself, and God is not enough to regulate you, why even step in that position?
I'm saying you're not a pastor.
Huh?
Until you're not a pastor if you got those kind of feelings in you. Period. You shouldn't be preaching to nobody.
But you know what though? But if you go to the scripture, it say, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Think about it.
But what did I say though?
We're men.
I know, but what did I say? You should be a pastor. I didn't say you should be a human being. You should be a pastor. Who pulpit you gonna be standing in? And you run around here, you like teaching little boys and girls.
Okay. Mother says, if you know the word, you know when it's the truth. Do you know your Bible? And I could say this. There's even when Jesus went to the mountain, when he went to the peak to fast, and the devil came up there. The devil he repeated the word to Jesus. He gave him the word, but it was deceptive. It was very deceptive what he was trying to pull. The devil do know the word, and he know how to. But the thing is, it's like I'm like you. It's hard to, especially to know what I'll be forgiven of them, but to, that pastor came to me. He said, "Hey, this is what I done. I done it, and according to man, you right. God will handle it. He will handle it. But in according to to that story, the father even forgave him. The father forgave him. But the thing is, like morally, can I sit up knowing what this man did? I know the old things passed away and all that, but to know something that deep and wicked is in him, that he fell to that type of temptation. That's kind of
Look, let me ask you a question. Say you know the word, right? You say you know God, you know the Bible, and everything. You still go out and do it, and you still live in foul. Should you be anybody's preacher? I'm just asking.
You said if I'm steady sinning.
Yeah, and you know the word. So evidently you must not believe what you're preaching, right? I'm just asking.
Okay. The answer to that could be yes and no. Let me explain. Yes and no. Because like I said, we all have a thing within us that we all capable of sinning. We all capable of sinning. If if me as a preacher, as a pastor, if I watch a woman go by and I say, man, I see it in my mind already. That's lusting. God considered that a sin. I lusted in my mind. What did it say? The scripture say, "So if a man thinketh, so is he." So I already done sinned if I'm lusting after looking at a woman and undressing her, and I got a wife. So that's sin within itself. So nobody is perfect, but I'm looking at crimes like what this pastor did. This ain't nothing to really be frowning upon. You mess with an innocent life. You done mess with an innocent life, and you knew better. You knew better. You knew better. Now, I'm not trying to dismiss breaking up your family, cheating is nothing, but I'm sorry. If I had to categorize what is worse, messing with a child is worse.
Yeah, because if I was a child's father, there's nothing you can do to make me forgive you. I'm just being for real, man.
Yeah. You right. You pretty much. Yeah, you pretty much right.
That's what made me think. Okay, you say you know the word, you understand the word, but you're gonna mess with the child. That's not of God. That's the devil, right?
Right.
And if that's if that's of the devil, I can't do anything. We not equally yoked, so it's not meant for you to be my pastor. Maybe he can be your pastor. You can forgive him.
Right. So once again, if anybody got any comments on that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that one if you want to be heard. But I really do hope that he does have it together. You know, he claimed he didn't. You know, that was something within itself. He took the step to kind of like come forward with it and be truthful. So that, I guess that was a step, but it's just in all that crime for anybody is heinous, especially for a preacher. I just don't understand what was in you that wicked, you know, that wicked to take that step and knowing, you know, God is enough for me to regulate me on top of, you know, and I'm not talking about SA, I'm talking about just anything. If I'm being immoral, like if I, you know, violate my marriage or something like that, God is enough to make me say, hey, I can't carry myself like that. My wife is enough to make me say, I can't carry myself like that. But ultimately, my full accountability, I know it's to both my wife and God, but ultimately, I'm gonna have to answer to God for how, you know, I carry myself with that. But anyway, man, we want to get on to our main topic for today, and I hope everybody would lend us your ear, and if you got, like I said, once again, any comments or questions, you know that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that one if you want to be heard. But our topic for today is generational downfalls. What was the downfalls in each generation that you say? And I hope I can get somebody from the different generations. And this is funny because me and you talked about this before, and I was just talking to my dad about this. And my dad is 77 years old, and he had a unique perspective on, you know, because from our grandfather's generation, I'm gonna say mine, grandfather's generation, those men were hardworking men. They were family based. They wanted to be. They was all about their family. They was all about, Of course, you had your in that time too. You still had your men that played around and did their thing. But overall, they were family men. They were family based. They provided for their family. The woman didn't work, and the man brought home the bacon. He worked hard. He provided for his family, and he was there, and it was family based. Then you move on to our father's generation. Then with that generation, that's when the sexual revolution began, and they were experimenting with sex and drugs, of course, hit, and then that was the pimp era, where the pimps and prostitutes and black exploitation movie Shaft and all of that, and it transformed that generation. And then you fast forward to our generation. We were the hip hop generation. We were the party generation. We were, of course, players in the generation. It switched from pimps to players. And then, we were drugs too. We were products. Most of us were. No, we had the crack babies. We the generation that produced the crack babies. So I say that we didn't. Of course, it was no longer really cool in our generation to say, "Hey, I want to be a one woman man." Our influences came from rap, came from the rappers. We were
Too Short, Too Loud Crew.
Too Short, Too Loud Crew, NWA, all of that, and it was calling women bees and all that. We didn't we weren't taught to really be respectful of women. We weren't taught to be family men. We were taught to have as many girlfriends as we could have. So
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What did you say first? Call a woman a bee or say I love you? Which one came first?
I love you.
Oh. How old was you the first time you told women?
Because remember, we were still kind of gullible then.
But you found love. How old was you the first time you found love? Well, I can't say you found love, but you said that you loved a girl. You might have not loved her for real.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why it was so tricky. When you have the feelings really that you don't understand, and you just looked and you saw a couple. My grandparents and stuff were the first couple I got to see. Really with that, and of course. By the time when my mom was young and stuff like that, I really, but my grandmother and grandfather was the first couple I really got to pay attention to in a relationship. So I always heard my grandmother tell my grandfather, "I love you," and from time to time I would hear my grandfather say it, even though he wasn't emotional. He didn't express emotions like that, but I heard him from time to time say it. But that was the first time I actually heard it. But the first actual time I could say that, I say my first true girlfriend.
Yeah, when did you tell her you loved her?
My first true girlfriend was my oldest son's mama.
Oh, that's the first time you told her a woman that you loved her?
And kind of meant it at the time, yeah.
I think I was in my 20s.
Yeah, that was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Did you cry?
Man, stop. We was too busy listening to King T and all that. They're like that, man. We was, but that's how we did. So it killed the dynamic of, so you had all these women getting pregnant, men that did truly love them, We were a generation of mistake babies.
Mistake babies.
You know, we had a generation of mistake babies. A lot. I could say a lot of generations were like that. So, but and then our generation, of course, produced the crack babies. We produced a lot of the crack babies, and part of our parents' generation did it too. They produced crack babies.
They were the ones that created the crack babies. We was too young.
Yeah, right.
That's the first time they put that in the hip hop. Your mama's on crack, right?
Yeah,
Cause she's cracky.
yeah, right.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
That was more because we were Generation X. I forgot how the generations go. I gotta look this up. The generations. What you got on that?
Yeah, like your mama, she was like with the boutique collars. They was the ones messing around with girls and doing cocaine. That's that generation.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just smoke crack. And not our generation, but our parents smoke crack. When did crack come along in the 80s?
Yeah, yep. Around that time, I could say that, and they did a good breakdown of this thing. It said
Oh,
it said the greatest generation said from 1901 to 1924. Um, the greatest generation. This era refers to Americans born in 1924 or earlier. They are representatives of the majority of soldiers in World War One.
that's about how was that great? And we was getting beat.
Said people in this group may be between the
Hey, I'll be able to hear no more.
age of 99 and 121 today. This
Dude,
group of people are the
it
parents
was
of
real. There was real demons.
of the
That you,
of the silent generation and baby boomers.
man, you got to be a demon not to hire somebody because they black or Chinese and come on, be
Said
somebody with dogs and come on, get out of here.
said the silent generation from 1925 to 1945. Said the silent generation, this era identified by people born between 1925 to 1945.
So they talk about white people.
The term,
White it's different.
okay,
This is real different.
okay, the term silent generation was popularized by a 1951 Time magazine article. This group helped shape the 20th century pop culture by introducing rock music, television, gonzo journalists, icon filmmakers, and more. So that was
Yeah. Black America is different from all that bull crap.
yeah, got that. So then you got the baby boomers, and this generation was from 1946 to 1964. Said baby boomers are the demographic follow the silent generation and preceding Generation X. That's us. People born between 1946 and 64 make up this specific generation. Most of the baby boomers are the children of either the greatest generation or silent generation. Subsequently are the parents of the millennials and Generation X. The term baby boomers is known as the noticeable increase in the birth rates after World War II, after which the soldiers returned home and started their families. Baby boomers currently belong to the age range of 58 and 76. That is, and it gives a little more of a breakdown. But then you come to our generation, Generation X, right? And said this demographic is from 1965 to 1980. My wife just made the baby, the Generation X. Said following the the baby boomers, they were born between 1965 and 1980. Says members of this group are children of the silent generation and early baby boomers, meaning they themselves are parents of millennials and Generation Z. Said the wait a minute, let me see what they got us uh, listed on. They got us small business owners, entrepreneurial opportunities. This era is most relevant to modern times in relation to technology and said a bridge from the older population to the younger population. They also caused many advances, including video games, yep, artificial intelligence, movies, and many more. We were the video game generation. Then you got the millennials, 1981 to 1996. And where was this? They said millennials were born during the time of declining fertility rates. Wow. I didn't know. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Declining fertility rates. Millennials grew up in the internet age and were the first global generation. This group are also considered familiar with internet, social media, and electronic devices. Yeah, and that's it said they also had better educational advances in previous than the previous generation. So, then Generation Z, 1997 to 2012. It's they this generation was born in the mid 1990s and early 2010s, and are the generation of the children of the Generation X and Z. Generation X. Generation Z is more radical and ethic. Yeah, I can't get that out. More diverse in knowledge, in their knowledge of ethnicity. That's what it is. Said they focus more on education and recognize the importance of it in their future development. They focus values, fulfillment, and making a difference in their life. And I'm gonna stop right there, because we got what the Alpha Generation Alpha. This is the now generation, 2013 to 2025.
Well, with these stats, is this with Black America or white Americans? Because this is different.
Yeah, it is, but it's things that totally affect the whole generation. You know what I'm saying? They
Like what?
social media, and all of that. Social media, they call
So
it.
do social media affects the black kids the way they affect white kids?
I would say so. They all do the same thing on social media. These kids in this generation, they are more closer to other ethnicities than we were. They share hip hop together with this generation. Think about how many really white rappers were in our generation.
Yeah, I'm out of touch with this sort of conversation. See, you still got little kids at the house. I don't,
Yeah,
I know nothing about it.
but I'm just saying, if you look now, white rappers in our generation were just a sprinkle, one little dot. What the Beastie Boys, Eminem,
That was our generation. Remember,
Beastie Boys, Eminem, Third Base,
it's
Third Base,
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice, and Everlast, House of Pain.
That's it.
That's it. It wasn't really that much to deal with at that time. But now, man, they few and far. So it's like, but I think where our generation began to fall, like I said, once we started, when the men stopped wanting to be family men. When like you said, when they began, like you said, in our parents' generation, when the father couldn't be in the house for welfare, when they pushed the fathers out of the house.
Like I said, that's Black America. It's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm saying they pushed us out, educated our women, and our women thought they was better than us. We didn't have the same opportunities.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't get free housing, free education.
Right.
It was like paying for yourself.
Right, right.
So then we had a whole generation of women that didn't even respect us because we couldn't do what you see your grandparents do. We couldn't take care of our family. Yeah, especially if we got a felony or something.
Right. When was, if anybody listening, when was Friends of the Court established?
That's horrible.
I'm for real. I gotta look that up. When was Friends of the Court? Because that is, Friends of the Court ain't friend of no man, period.
Who came up with that name?
Right. Wait a minute. I'm looking this up.
Thank God I've never been on child support.
You lucky. You lucky. You are so lucky. Okay. Let me see. I'm almost got something established. Okay, the Office of Friends of the Court, Michigan law created Friends of the Court offices in 1919. Ain't that something? 1919. It's been going on that long?
No, for white people.
Right.
What about the Friends of the Court that put us in jail?
I see an article from August 14, 2019 said Friends of the Court celebrating 100 years of service. Wow. 100 years of incarcerating men.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you got a friend request on Facebook from the Friends of the Court, would you accept it?
For what? For what?
I'm just saying.
Man, you crazy. I wouldn't accept that. Well, I ain't got no kids to be. I'm with my wife, but I don't need nobody trying to contact me for free. What do you want?
Still be shocked.
Yeah, what do you want? But what would you say was the greatest downfall of our generation?
Brothers.
Stop.
You asked me a question, I answered you.
Well, explain that.
When you start putting on condoms, you can take away certain types of feelings and be with whoever.
That's pleasure. That ain't got nothing to do with.
No, I got something to do with everything.
No.
Look, it's just like, not saying you do it like this. If you was married and you was cheating on your wife, right? And you put a condom on every single time. Anytime you cheated, you wouldn't cheat as much. But if you went raw, you'd be.
You think these dudes cared about unprotected sex?
I'm just saying how what a condom does. It takes away certain emotion towards somebody. That's all I'm saying.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Got something to do with everything.
I hear what you said. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So, I don't, man, that was preposterous. That wasn't even, they wasn't even nothing serious. Talking about some doggone condoms, man. They had to do something with because what in the 90s, 80s, 90s, the great AIDS plague and all that, they had to have something.
But do you think they put that fear in the community so we'll stop having kids?
But it was happening.
No, but it wasn't happening like that. It was happening, but it wasn't happening like that.
Have you ever been impacted? Have you ever seen people, known somebody that died of it personally?
Yeah, but think about it. Our generation, we wore condoms like it was nothing. Because we wore condoms, we wouldn't rape babies.
Yeah. Well, but we were dealing with a real fear though.
But it's the same fear that's been around for the last 30 years. But they really put it out there to put fear into us. They don't care about us like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It did. Would you say it was? But I didn't see no population decline during that time. It seemed like people were still popping babies up.
If you saw that, there was no population decline, right?
Right.
Meaning, the only people that was wearing condoms is people with sense, right?
Right.
Everybody else is still effing. So what was the purpose of putting it out there? To stop people that use their brains that go buy a condom. Because I know dudes that go buy some weed or some alcohol before they go buy a condom.
You ain't lying. We do a lot of people. I know one of my boys. It ain't stop him for doing nothing because he got about 11 kids. So it didn't stop him from doing nothing.
So the only people that put condoms on is people like me and you. And those are the people that should have been having all the kids. But man in them is the ones that had all the kids.
So what would you say is a decent amount of kids to have?
Now, have some kind of legacy. That's all I'm saying. When it's no kind of legacy period, the population dies off. The same way they trying to have, what's that? Gabrielle Union turn that boy into a.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about that.
Yeah.
I stopped. I'm feel like getting this video took down, so I stopped.
Okay, but I understand what you're talking about. But you know, yeah, we kind of dropped the ball for generation. I think our generation really, between the baby boomers to our generation to the millennials, we dropped the ball for the millennials. The millennials looked at us, but I think to a degree each generation looked at it and said, we're not gonna be like that. But to a degree, where the real rebellion happened was our generation. We said no more. We don't want to raise our kids like our parents raised us. We were that first generation that really started saying that. I'm not gonna make my kids go to church like I was forced to go. We were the first, probably like the first generation who predominantly stopped raising our kids in church. We were like that first generation. And then the millennials grew up stuck growing up, and now they say, hey, I'm not skip church. I don't, I ain't doing no church. I don't believe in no God. I ain't going no church. And now Generation Z, they really rebelled for the church. And then especially when COVID hit, it really took a toll on the.
Oh, think about that. You got every generation.
Huh?
You got every generation.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So I knew when you stopped wearing condoms.
What the heck wrong with you, man?
You stopped wearing condoms 26 years ago.
Man, you crazy. You crazy, man. But it's true, man. But I say the millennials, man. They may be been a wicked, sometimes thinking generation. What we took as disrespect sometimes with them was them truly rebelling. Like we did. We kind of rebelled. Like I said, hip hop made us. Hip hop was our rebellion back then. That was our
hip hop raised us. That's all.
Yeah, it was our rebellion. It was our way of rebelling. It's the same kind of in the other generation. Because
was you raised by hip hop?
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't grow up. The sad part was growing up under a preacher. I didn't say I want to be a preacher. I didn't say that. I said I want to be Run DMC.
Give me 3 rappers that you'll say that raised you.
Run DMC, NWA, Too Short, LL Cool J.
I said 3, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It was a lot of them that really influenced. Yeah. What about you?
They all raised me. What you talking about?
DJ Quick.
AMG.
but definitely it was good that I was still in the household that gave me that balance to understand. Hey, I might have listened to them, but I wasn't out there trying to do what they were doing. Because remember too, they put that Bloods and Crips album out during our generation too.
Did you become a blood or what?
Hey, come on. You silly. Silly. But what was a good thing in about our generation that truly impacted you?
I don't know. I was drinking 40s. Let me ask you a question. I'll be skipping and messing the whole subject. So let me ask you this. Okay. Because we talking about church, right?
Yeah.
Say you got a friend that's not into church. Can they still be your friend?
I say, what's up, Steve? Steve on it. I say this? I would say this, that I don't cut people off like that, but I say this. I keep it limited to a degree. Like we can't go and hang out and do.
But what does the Bible say?
Really do something. Friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Okay, so the answer will be what?
I mean, but I'm always trying to, because we still have.
I said, what did the Bible say?
But it's a difference.
Not what you said.
Listen, it's a difference between trying to be a friend. When they say be a friend, that means let letting the world influence you, letting that friend influence the way you walk and do that. I can still be a light to somebody that may not even know God.
So if you and your friend is not equally yoked, can y'all still be friends?
And when you say friends, what we talking about? I come over, he come over my house, and
Well, I said friends. What's a friend?
it's different. So many different definitions of friend nowadays. So many different definitions. Now, what I say now, it's plenty of friends, so-called friends that I can't do what they do.
So
But that don't mean that I don't love them and
you can't. Okay, you say you can't do what they do, right?
right. I can't do what they do.
So,
But
so y'all got a different view on life when it comes to that, and when it comes to God, right? Because you live your life by God, right?
right,
And you're supposed to do what God tells you to do, right?
right, right.
So what do God tell you to do?
I explained that to you.
No, you didn't.
I explained that to you. Said a friend of the world is the enemy of God. So if I am in close association with them and I'm walking like they walk,
90 seconds.
and I'm walking like they walk in the world and all that, then I'm a part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm a part of the world. I'm letting them influence. But I try to be an influence. I try to be a light to those that don't know God. I try to be that light, how I carry myself and things. I know I don't have the power to change nobody. To say all I can do is
60 seconds.
is to give my testimony of how good God is and what He has done for me. And we go for there. If nobody don't ever get that part or get that point, that's pretty much with them. They have a personal choice to make. Now, as far as me, will I say a person that doesn't take to God is a great good friend to me? I can't call it.
But all I'm saying, can that be your friend, though? Does the Bible say that person can be your friend?
You can't.
Right. That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
10 seconds.
Anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Pastor Steve Perry, that hopped in. And this was a good conversation, good show. And we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.